Is your bracket already busted? Round one of the NCAA tournament is in full swing right now.
It is. How many people picked Yale today? Yeah. We'll see. Well, Notre Dame hits the court tomorrow night for some March Madness. WSBT-TV Sports Director Pete Byrne there live in Brooklyn, New York. And Pete, Irish getting ready to take on Michigan.
Yeah, and first of all, can I put my hand up and say I actually thought that I was going to see Yale beat Baylor today. Of course, that's just one game. By the time this tournament's done, my bracket is going to look all messed up, as is everyone else's. What the Irish are hoping, though, of course, is that their bracket is still intact come midnight tomorrow when their game with Michigan wraps up. The Irish are going to tip off against the Wolverines at 9:40. A game we'll be televising right here on WSBT-22. This has been a very interesting week of preparation for Notre Dame as it pertains to the NCAA tournament. They didn't find out until late last night who their opponent was going to be. That's because Michigan had to beat Tulsa in the play-in game. So when the Irish got on the court here today at the Barclays Center to do their pregame shoot-around, it was actually the first time they were able to work on the floor about things that they're going to use in the game tomorrow against Michigan. So they're probably actually going to be doing more work in the film room and in meetings tonight and early tomorrow pertaining to this game than they will on the floor. But that's okay. We heard from Mike Bray today when he met with the media, and he said it's probably a good thing for this team to have had a little time to focus just on themselves this week. They're coming off a decent ACC tournament, but one in which they also got beat pretty handily against North Carolina. So Bray thinks that having a little time for the Irish to focus on themselves rather than a particular opponent may help this team out in the long run.
It was different in that, you don't know who you're playing until late last night. But you know what? It may have been a blessing because you concentrated more on your own team than Tulsa or Michigan. And certainly there's still some things that we can do better, especially taking care of the basketball. We turned it over a bunch in D.C. So it probably was a blessing in that I wasn't distracted watching too much Tulsa or Michigan film. I think I watched a half of each on Tuesday, and then that was it, and kind of coached our own team. And again, you have plenty of time now with a 10 o'clock game to kind of get familiar then with your opponent.
And as for that 10 o'clock game, Notre Dame will be one of the late games of the tournament played tomorrow night. Mike Bray referred to his team as the Night Walkers, so we will see if that mantra pays off for them tomorrow. When we come back a few minutes from now in sports, Rick and Jennifer, I'm going to visit with Demetrius Jackson, the Notre Dame captain, who, of course, hails from Mishawaka. I'll be back with that in just a few minutes.
All right, Pete, thanks so much. Live in Brooklyn tonight. We'll see you again in sports.